I didn't even know that was working. Bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back. Bang. Okay. Auto find and activate. Bang, bang, copy. Do it. Yes. Alright, I think they fixed it. Auto find and activate. Okay, that worked. Oh, let's do this. Bam, 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 bam. Share. Discord. YouTube, Twitch. Go. Alright, there we go. Auto find and activate. Auto find and activate. Alright, let's see. 1, 2. Man, that's really crazy. YouTube. Oh. What? That's so awesome.
Arizona,
Sorry,
1930.
Took me a little bit longer, my brethren. Look me a little bit longer. My brethren. All right.
Before the petrified forest. Over 200 million years, ancient trees slowly turned into solid quartz. But this fossilized log grew around something impossible.
Right.
A precision-machined titanium pneumatic valve. The ancient tree rings literally grew around the metal threads. Who was installing industrial piping in a prehistoric forest?
That didn't exist.
Welcome to Chrono Archives, Arizona.
That's so freaking awesome. Everything's such crap these days. All right, let's see. Auto find and activate. Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah. This is freaking AI like a son of a gun.
Bro, are you seeing this?
He's charging an electric car with a generator.
So it's electricity, gas,
He
electricity.
invented the world's most expensive extension cord.
This is
That's
EV
good
cosplay.
AI, though.
Bro, are you seeing this?
He's charging an electric car
You see the
with a
you see
generator.
the person hanging out of the driver's side window over here. Look at her right there. Hold on.
So it's electricity, gas, electricity.
He invented the world's most expensive extension cord.
This is EV cosplay.
Right here.
Bro,
Look at her.
you
The
see?
driver's
He's
hanging out the
charging an
window.
electric car with a
The
generator.
driver's hanging out the window. Oh man.
So it's electricity, gas, electricity.
He invented the world's most expensive extension cord.
This is EV cosplay. Bro, are
Right
you seeing-
there. Look at that. The driver's hanging out the window filming. AI doesn't know which side is the right side of the road to drive on. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. Could you imagine? What up, doorknob, brother? Look at this freaking horrible. But look how good the AI is. Look how good the Tesla is hopping like it's really driving, carrying. I mean, obviously it knows what it looks like to have a car being towed, so it makes sense. But it's just good.
He's charging an electric car with a generator.
So it's electricity, gas,
He
electricity.
invented the world's most expensive extension cord.
This is EV.
Do you recall your favorite? The one where they jump the frickin' Today's stream is crisp. Oh, I wonder if it's better. I know they updated something. Let's see. Oops, YouTube. Oh, look at that. Looking good. You can see like every single hair. That's weird. It's not usually that sharp. Huh, cool. Maybe I got upgraded. Yeah, it's in all it's in all of them, yes. That's right. How many cars did Dukes of Hazzard wreck? It's got to be like hundreds. 317 to 320. Dukes of Hazzard destroyed over 300 of their just of the 1969 Dodge Charger. That was the first time I was able to see my. Yeah, brother. It's never. I don't know why. It's never that clear. It's never that clear. That's crazy. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. Yeah, everything looks better. Oh, I wonder if it's better. I know they updated something. Let's see. That's me looking at me. Oops. YouTube. That's me looking at me, looking at me. 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 All right, sorry. Such a dipstick. Total wrecked estimates. Okay. Production demand. Due to frequent high impact jumps, Warner Brothers would receive and subsequently destroy trailers full of Chargers on a monthly basis. While many were destroyed, parts were cannibalized, often wrecks to fix others. Only 17 to 18 original cars remain at the end of the series. The show used 1968, 69, and 70s, often modifying them to look like 69s. Let's watch ourselves streaming. We can do that. I got the technology. I've got the technology. Doorknob, 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 doorknob. Why is your stream the only one that keeps lagging? I don't know. Are you getting a lag, doorknob? Brother, I watched it on the replay. I'm not seeing any lag. Keeps lagging. I don't know. Are you getting a lag, doorknob? No, yeah. Your shitty, X-Shitty is terrible. Yeah, I mean, brother, yeah, I don't know. I get stats. I've dropped 0 frames. I'm doing 60 frames a second right now. Frames missed due to lag. This is in the last, because I haven't reset since the last stream. Over 1 million frames. I've only dropped 929 frames. Encoding lag 0%. 0 drop frames on the network. Yeah, brother, I don't know. Do you remember those early 2000 shows where they demolished real houses? Yeah, with what's his face in it? What's the hell is his name? They went in and demolished people's houses and built them new ones. Wasn't that with not Ice, Vanilla Ice? Home improvement show that demolished houses. Extreme Makeover Edition. 2003 to 2012. The existing demolishing houses, tearing them down entirely to build custom homes. Wow, look at this one. They blow it up. Dude. They're on vacation. Yeah, I remember that. What was the guy's name? Rex or something like that? I can't remember what his name was. Let's see. It'll be on here. What was Rex? What was the guy's name? Extreme Makeover. Ty Pennington. Yeah, that was huge. Do you know about the Mandela effect? Yes, absolutely. Can you check out some stuff on it? Did Curious George have a tail? The name of the Xmas reindeers. Cup of noodles. Yeah, cup of noodles is cup noodles. I know that. Cup o noodles. Yeah, I know that they've always been called cup noodles, like that. Yeah, I used to get them all the time when I was a kid. I remember learning how to spell C-U-P. Let's look up the Mandela effect. There's gotta been, and the thing about Mandela effect that sucks now is because AI can make even make old looking commercials that have, and also there was the one, one that really gets me is the Fruit of the Loom, having a cornucopia or not having a cornucopia. Hold on one second, fellers. Oh, I'm broke. All right, sorry. Oh, I broke something. Oh, damn it. Chat. Yep, definitely broke it. Merry Christmas. What up, doctor? Why is that broken? Is that the wrong side? Oh, what a pain in the butt cheeks. Yeah, the Mandela effect with AI is going to be rough. Look at Discord, not hallucinating. Encoding lag 0%, 0 drop frames on. Brother, I don't know, man. That's not on me. Yeah, that's crazy. Is anybody? Hey, big drippy. He's right after me.
What is you doing?
Big drippy. Hold on. Big drippy. Why do I always make it so big? Merry Christmas. Yeah, I still got them up. What up, Grassy, for a long time, brother? Statue of Liberty, I remember being left-handed. Not right-handed. Big drippy.
Come on now, don't start that. What is you doing? No timing out in the chat.
I'm back. Big drippy. Yeah. Talking to the chat. It's talking to the chat. I'm talking to my stream. I will. Okay, let's see. All right, only mine. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so cup. Okay, so cup of noodles, a Mandela. Yeah, cup o' noodles. Yeah, that's the Mandela effect. More than a soup. That's so awesome. Let's see what it says. In another universe, there's no evidence it's ever been cup o' noodles. Yep. Is there a woman in your house? Yeah. Yes, there's a woman in my house. It wasn't. Top Ramen was a different company. This was Hissin was cup noodles. Cup noodles was Nissin, Nissin. Is that the girl? We'll talk about it later. And then you had Top Ramen. Top Ramen was the bags. Top Ramen. Yeah. Top Ramen. Top. Yeah, Top Ramen. That was the bag stuff. And then cup noodles was the well, Top Ramen had right, but cup noodles, this was it. Now my reality was only Top Ramen, no cups. No cups? Wow. Yeah, we had cups here, absolutely, on our side of the universe. And then Fruit of the Loom. Yeah, see, so Fruit of the Loom. See that cornucopia? So that's the mystery. It used to be like this. They used to say, what was it? Like, which one do you remember? And I freaking remember the cornucopia. But on all their stuff, Mandela. See, and look at that. Look at that. Fruit of the Loom, widespread false memory that had once had a cornucopia. Flute of the Loom. Look at my cool edit. All right, where's it at? On your channel? Apparently, they never removed it, and apparently, right? But I remember as a kid, I remember drawing it, like trying to learn how to draw. Like there was a famous I can't remember the artist. He drew a Campbell's soup cup. A jar, not jar, what are those things called? A can of Campbell's soup. So I wanted to draw a fruit, and I remember drawing the Fruit of the Loom. And dude, I remember drawing the cornucopia. And then yeah, and there's another one. You got that guy right there. You got Curious George, Volkswagen. Okay, your channel, the Somalia. Watch a clip of this stuff a week ago. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's check it. I'll check it, brother. Andy Warhol. Yes, Andy Warhol. Which one am I looking for? Which one am I looking for, brother? Do you recall why Volkswagen ID Buzz isn't selling in America? I got no idea. All right, Husfeld, brother, thank you very much, my friend. Do you receive why Volkswagen ID Buzz? I don't even know what the hell that is. But tell me which one I'm supposed to be looking at, Grassy. I'm on your channel. Which video? There's freaking 100 of them. Are you talking about the video? Or are you talking about... Okay. Wow, I never heard about this. Oh, the Buzz. Like the bus. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm surprised. Electric bus. Yeah, what video? Are you talking about the video or the shorts? And tell me which one. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of freaking brain rot here. There's Brazil. Is that what you're talking about? Brazil? That's not Somalia. Falling down the stairs, grassy, tung tung tung, it's a whore. Better not have copyrighted music in it, you freaking jerk. Let's see. Let me change something right here. Oh, what's going on? I break it? There we go. Hey, there you go. There you go. Nice work. I thought it was Myanmar. There you go. Konnichiwa. Oh, dang it. Konnichiwa, my brother. Where in the heck did it go? Did I drop my... first video, do you recall your first girlfriend's process? No. What up, Hiroshi? Wawa created the Lambo. Wawa, the Lambo curse. Oh. Yeah. How you doing, my brother? Konnichiwa, Hiroshi. How are you? How do I send a link? You don't have the Discord, do you? You can send it without the without the HTTPS, or do it on Discord. Let's see. All right, Sarah, my wife, been neglecting me again. Dang it, Sarah. All right, I'm trying to get my cat in. Oh boy, I don't know what that means. I know what that means. Yeah. I'm looking good today. A freaking 2K camera. All right, let's go get the cat. Let's go get the cat in. Oh, broke it. You know, maybe I can keep that there. Freaking space cow. Okay. Did you get that? I did not get it. Here, hold on. All right. Try again. Space Cowboy invited to the stream. Hello to me. Oh, hello. Yeah, try it again. Frickin' there, Hiroshi. Where am I at? She doesn't check Discord very much. No, she doesn't. No. Oh, come on. Okay. All right. Bam. Stop making noise. Split screen. Oh. Uh-oh. Broke it. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oops. All right. Let's see. That's me. Holy crap. 100 luxury Rolex watches. And ain't nobody in Tokyo got guns? What the? Jeez. Just like San Francisco. Do you recall last time you bought 2 tickets to paradise? That's freaking crazy. All right, let me see if this works here. Hold on. All right. All right, let's get the cat. Oh, my shoes. 2 tickets to paradise. 11. What you doing? Dumb cat sitting in the frickin' it's bird bath. Come on. What you doing, dummy? Huh? Come on. I speak cat. Come on. Come on. Wrong one. You better look. Let him walk on the grass. You frickin' prissy little. What you doing laying in the frickin' cat bath? There you go. All right. Okay. All right. I hear you. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. No sound. You got sound. Sorry, I want to talk. We have a surge of robberies now because of bad economy. Yeah. Well. Look what. Look. You shouldn't have had a bad economy, right? Look. Zara, do you know Richard has a secret wife? Richard has a secret. Fluffy kitty time. What up, Robert? The cat eats good. Brother, the cat eats great. And that's he's got like 3 freaking coats. Like yeah, a lot of hair. A lot of freaking hair. Big cat, I bet you spend a lot of money on cat food. Maybe you feed it sausages. Feeds it chicken. Calendar your poetic vocals. The cat is huge, beautiful, well fed. It's actually listen, if you saw that cat wet, it's about that fat. It's not fat. It's all fluff. It's all hair. Dude, cats are cool. I got one for rats around the house here. Got to get a dog too. Bam. Yeah, I grew up with a dog, and then what up, Sack? We say Kauai. Okay. I keep thinking I'm gonna run over my cat. All right. Okay. That's so crazy. Like they robbed the place and they just freaking like walked across the street. Dude. That wouldn't happen in a Republican state. There's people be like, you have freaking 49 men and women with sidearms, women pulling their guns out of their purses. What up, William? Test your paintballs. UTF 8-4. You like the UTF 8-bit? Good evening, Jenna. Welcome back, girl. Evening, fat bong, brother. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Japan, Tokyo. I changed my name to my real name, Jenna Watson. You spelled my last name wrong. Not Jenna Manga anymore. I did some searching. Not all carbon is good. No, 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 no. Not all carbon is good. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Also, caught up my Mr. What you make to eat this, and it's right. What I eat for dinner? That boldness is sanctioned. Yeah, that is sanctioned. It has to be. I thought Japan was extremely high trust society. Well, they have a lot of non-trustworthy people. That's what happens when. Okay, we'll talk about it later. All right, let's see. What am I going to? Is that Space Cow? Oh, I love this freaking guy. Dude, this guy's got square nostrils. And a 7 head. That was Japan, yeah. Yeah, what'd you make? I'm gonna rate it 1 to 10. Dude, it was a cheesy tuna macaroni. So it was hot, basically like macaroni and cheese with a lot of tuna fish. Japanese Epstein. I left Japan. You're in Auckland. Wow. I gave some this clueless streamer type. He was surprised, like, makes their extra. Japan is safe from unsafe. Right. Yeah. Were you Team Britney or Team Aguilera? Britney. What are you talking about, Team Aguilera? Man, Britney was definitely the. You could tell Britney was going through it, and Christina already went through it. It's a very sad. I saw a very sad video. The original got deleted though. Oh, hey, what up? Hello, ain't seen you in a while. Hello means goodbye. Yeah, Team Britney, absolutely. Ronaldo or Messi? So no. So Ronaldo's kick-ass. I like Ronaldo for his personality, but Messi as a player. These are the questions we like too. Who sent that? That was you, Space Cow. I'm not bad. I mean, kielbasa. I love kielbasa. I love pierogies. Currently baking a peach pie. I give you a 5 out of 10. No. Sometimes I just make a hole filler. Like macaroni and cheese, 2 cans of tuna fish, and then a handful of peas. Yeah, boy, Brittany should hold her Brittany should show more emotions, hold more emotions, more humility. She should, yeah. But I saw Professor Adam on another chat. He's pretty scientific. Yes. He's a professor. Yes, sir. Damn, you got soccer knowledge too. Yeah. I used to play soccer. Not professionally. I played it for a team though. Sometimes substance is meant to be just that. Sustenance, yes, sustenance, substance. Yeah, right. So this is my deal, right? Like I could go out to dinner and get this or that, and every once in a while I do once a month. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not trying to spend no money. I'm trying to save money and do the best I can to get everything I can set up as quickly as possible with spending the least amount of money. If I can make a $9 pot of chili that lasts me 5 days, I got no problem with that. If somebody wants to come over, ladies, and cook some dinner, hey, I'll bring the wine. I loved Britney. I knew you loved Britney. That's why you named her first rather than Aguilera first, because it would have been alphabetical. I know what you're talking. I know. Oh, dude. Oh, I can't show that on stream, dude. Yeah, we need to find a place to do a 18 and over chat. If I take more B12, maybe I could get a chick. It'll help, dude, because it'll help you. It'll help you like. Absolutely, it helps your personality. It doesn't change your personality, but like nervousness and anxiety and stuff, what most people get when they start talking to girls, like that stuff goes away. I mean, you should get anxious, like, oh, I'm excited, but it shouldn't be overwhelming you. It should be a controllable emotion. So it should happen and then be like, oh, it shouldn't be like, yeah, no, dude, I work in the food industry. I can't go out to eat anymore. I know what those kitchens are like. Yep. I think Adam is the first name, but usually, yes, Professor Adams. Yes, Professor. No, I think it's Professor Adams. Yeah, Professor Adams. His last name would be Adams. Do you recall your favorite cigarette brand? I used to smoke Camels, Camel filters. Camel Filter Wides. Yeah, mine. And I used to mind Camel Lights. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah. I'm not against it, but I mean, I don't do it. Like, and I don't think most people should, especially people. Listen, if you smoke weed once a week because it's Friday and the weekends and you catch a buzz, but the people that wake and bake and stuff like that, dude, I've never seen good come of anybody. Like it's all like if they're just lying to themselves, they're nervous all the time, they can't talk to people without it, they can't go to school without it. And it's like, and it can take away your freedom. So it's like a lot of people, especially with gummies and stuff like that, they're too potent and they don't have the balanced cannabinoids. It's just THC or Delta 7 or whatever. Yeah, dude. If I was to consume flour, I would eat it. I would bake it. I wouldn't smoke it. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm not against I'm not against it, but Camel Crush ain't bad. I did smoke a lot of those too. Who knows what the Camel Red Lights are? Camel Red Lights? Me? I know exactly what they are. I smoke them too. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Weed is illegal in Japan, and you've caught it, you get locked out. Right. It's not. It's people depend on it so much because they think it's non-addictive. But the problem is with smoking anything, especially anything that's had pesticides on it, is it creates cyanides. And we'll go back to the B12. It converts this B12 in your body to cyanocobalamin, and your body doesn't absorb it. So when you stop smoking it, you feel like crap because you have no energy, you can't sleep. That's because it made you deficient and stuff. And people, they know all about weed, every single strain, how much percentage of THC to CBD and whatnot, but they don't know what they're, because young people do it so much now, because copy American culture. Yeah, that's right, William, brother. How are you? The majority of people don't understand meditation. I thought you were gonna say moderation. Remember all the Camel merch? Yeah, dude. Listen, I had Camel Cash. I remember saving up to buy a Camel pool table. I got a Camel pool stick. I think I still have it. Yeah. And this is coming from a pothead. Hashtag edibles. Yeah, brother. The problem with edibles is they'll put like 500 milligrams in one, and it's meant to be broken up into like 16 parts, and people are just like, and then they're like, oh, Richard, can you come over? I think I'm in the wrong dimension. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way over. Yeah. As it should be. Listen, if you can't grow it, you don't deserve it. Plain and simple. Everybody is screwing with it. Everybody's spraying it because anybody that's growing it indoors wants to keep weevils and mites away from it. So they're spraying it with shit, and you're not washing it off before you smoke it. You got no idea what you're putting in your body. I've never taken a marijuana, not even once. I got that THC in my lungs. What up, brother? One day later, Amazon delivered my B12 today. I took vitamin B12 today, and thanks for the info. No problem, Blue Sky. No problem. You guys smoked dabs. I've smoked dabs before. I mean, yeah, I smoked that, but yeah, but I've always had an issue where I would get motion sick. Like I would feel like I was on a roller coaster, like nauseous, like the nauseous feeling. Like if it was any more than like a hit, like there's no bong hits and stuff for me. No. Right? So I never really, it never really did that for me. Like everybody else, yeah, I would rather drink than, and even though, look, I know more people with issues from smoking weed than people with issues with alcohol, and I know a lot of people with alcohol issues. It sucks, and there's a lot of propaganda out there because think it's not as good. Listen, the pills and stuff you can get from it, what it can do for people with cancer, pain and stuff, absolutely. But grow it. It's not hard. I'd love to grow my own stuff, natural, outside, what healthier, honest. No, absolutely. Yeah, listen, it's so much better, and it goes so much further. You don't know how much you're destroying with a flame. You're destroying like 60% of the chemical content with the heat of a flame, right? And so you can take that and make 3 times as much like brownies or whatever using the butter extraction method. And it's so much better because the other compounds that you're destroying with the heat and we're passing through water, you're removing it from it. And it's, yeah, and that's why I think people have a lot of problems, especially with psychosis. No lie, not a lot of foreigners smoke in Japan. Even some English teach. Oh, a lot of foreigners. No screw dabs. Have you ever smoked Primo Blunt? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. My British colleague got deported because he dropped the joint on the street. Right. Yeah, and talk about America. We're not even kicking out freaking predators for yes, they're working now, Cat. I've never seen a weed smoker blacked out, though. Brother, not a weed smoker. I've seen plenty of edibles out of their mind. Psychosis. Wrong dimension. Yeah, right. But yeah, I agree. I disagree with you there, Richard. I've seen alcohol in very bad situations much more dangerous to cannabis. I'm talking about what it's done to people's lives. I'm talking about people that completely went, and I'm talking about total overall life, well-being and everything. Like I've known people that got completely addicted to alcohol, maybe 6 people, and I know 100 people that will wake and bake. And now they can't leave the country because they're afraid, well, can I get it there? Like, that's the first thing they go to. Their mind doesn't work. Everything is, when can I smoke? When can I smoke? When can I smoke? Can I bring a pen? And it's just like, so they're not taking, I can't get a job there. They got to piss test me. Dude, really? You could have done so much better in life and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that I'm talking about. Because like alcohol, and that's the legality issue, and I understand that. Like people not taking jobs because they'll fail a piss test for weed. But you're not going to fail a piss test for alcohol. I mean, for a job. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm here to sow chaos. How do you feel about CBD when it comes? Hey, great. No, it's great. CBD for seizures is absolutely awesome. You like the edibles? A Primo Blunt a little bit. Yeah. Yes, it sure is. I am a smart guy, smoked Japan, British guy. Your eyes don't get red anymore. Back in the day, I feel it. Dude, listen, absolutely right. Do you remember what used to happen? Yeah. What do you think caused that? It was all the freaking chemicals they sprayed on it. I love Walgreens. It has everything I could ever need or want besides food and people. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude, and greenouts. I've also seen many alcoholics and seen one who has struggled with addiction. It can get bad. Right. The problem is people don't understand their bodies before they start changing their bodies. People don't understand, like I didn't understand the whole nutrition thing. I thought I was eating good, everything, blah, blah, blah. I thought I was getting, but when I finally realized that I was deficient in a bunch of shit, I didn't have chemical ADHD. I had a B12 deficiency and it took me years. If the first doctor I ever went to would have tested my blood and been like, oh no, dude, you're deficient in this, this, and this. You eat freaking Fruity Pebbles 4 times a day. You're not doing this properly. You're eating, and then all the bullshit that's in Fruity Pebbles stops vitamin D, A, and B12 from absorbing into your body. I didn't know any of that, and I didn't mind doing everything. It felt better when I drank because I was so unhealthy. When I got healthy, I had no need for any of it anymore. I was like, let's take over the world, and it's unbelievable. Think about how many people that are like just in a sad state. Here's the chaos. So, okay, hold on one second. We have a meth problem. 20% of construction workers smoke it. My boss fired 2 people because they were under the influence. And it's so obvious, man. I had psychosis from weed. I was stopping cars on the highway pretending to be the FBI. Damn, Himothy, brother. I find the biggest problems come into play with the information surrounding it. They don't ever fully go in detail what actually is body. Right, and they tell everybody it's non-addictive. Of course, the people that are putting out the information are going to say it's non-addictive because the people that put those out are the people that make money from the freaking growers. Absolute bullshit. It's absolute, no, you should, instead of drinking and giving the money to the government, smoke and give money to the cartels. It's absolutely crazy. It's called behavior disorder or something like that. Cannabis use disorder. Okay, let me watch this thing real quick. Cannabis use disorder. Frickin' asshole, Katra.
Yeah, so don't get me started on the religion.
Full-blown kamikaze.
I don't care if you're Jewish, you're Muslim, you're Christian, a Protestant. It don't matter.
Yep.
God is God, yeah?
Never
God
touched
is
this
God.
stuff, unfortunately. I never,
What
yeah,
else,
never
Space
knew.
Cowboy?
How
How's
do you know
things?
Japanese Jenna?
Yeah.
She was just living there.
Do I
I think
recall
part of the issue was being handed something and
the,
being told to use it versus being working.
Central
myself.
parking lot? I know you get it out about, Space Cowboy.
You don't need all
What
that
up,
shit.
MD?
Telling you, you don't need any of it.
MD? How's things? What up, Lamb? How you doing, Lamb?
How you doing, Lamb?
Talk to me about Lamb. He's a he's something else. He's a Lamb. Lamb. No. Me and Lamb go back. Mums. Yeah, business partners. Yeah. What up? What's your name? What up?
What's your name?
I gotta call it down. I gotta call it. I need to get some sleep.
I guess you sleep.
Okay, so bye. Bye.
Shut up. I remember they were pushing vapes on it, saying it was great water vapors, no problem. You're right. Right. And it was oil. That's what they said. Water vapor. Because it was oils, vaporizing oils that were all kind of wackadoodle. There's a pair of brothers that are. Is this no, he's been here for a couple months. What up, quackers? I love my banana pancake vape. Man, stay away from all that shit. Greetings from Uganda. Hey, welcome back, brother. That's what. Space Cowboy by Johnson Crew is a great video. Space Cowboy. Chaos has been sown. What up from North Carolina? Welcome from Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see here. It was something I wanted to look at. I can't remember what it was. Titanium valve found inside petrified tree. All right, so this is so cool. Look at this. This is yes, I'm the English teacher. A bit of the ticket. Richard speaks a little Japanese, very little. How are you doing today, brother? I'm doing good. So here's a 200 million year old tree, petrified tree. But guess what? Oops, there was a pipe found in the middle of it. How did a 200 million year old tree grow around titanium pipe and then it died and 200 million years later we found it? They're lying about everything. It's so crazy, dude. They're such freaking liars. Please play Space Cowboy video for us. Okay, hold on. Lamb should be an English teacher. What interesting talk can we have? Well, whatever. People are addicted to being sober. Brother, listen, this is the problem. The problem is people forgot how to celebrate. People, instead of being like, yes, I did something good to move my life forward, so then I'll smoke or then I'll drink. People are like, oh, it's Wednesday. You know, like people, like I love smoking. So let me do something to have a reason to, not like, it's freaking, you know. And that's the problem. People aren't celebrating their wins. They're every day. We're still alive. 5 o'clock somewhere. That kind of mentality. It's horrible for people. All right, I'm looking for it. I smell BS. Being addicted to being sober isn't that bad. At least it doesn't. Yeah, right. And listen, I felt like shit my whole life. Like for 40 of my 49 years, I mean, ever since I remember I'm like being like 10 years old or whatever, so 30 of my 49 years. All right, what am I looking for? It was a goddamn joke. Yeah. Is it true that there are many explosions at drug labs? Yes. Yeah. There's fake vodka distilleries that blow up. They used to blow up all the time, and meth explosions. Yeah, from propane. What was I looking at? Cowboy by Johnson. Is it copyrighted? Dude, you got me in trouble with that frickin' Horizon thing or whatever it was. I got a frickin' copyright strike yesterday for that. Yeah, I can't play that probably. Let me see. Let me double check. Let me make sure it's not copyrighted. It's definitely copyrighted. Yeah, I can't play that, brother. I can't play that. That people doing interesting stuff thing that we watched yesterday. Here, I'll show you. I got the frickin' copyright thing right here. Hakuza, whatever it was. All right. Anyway, I can't stay off the liquor to save my life. Yeah, you gotta get yourself healthy. Yeah, I couldn't either. I drank 7 days a week. When I got off of work, I would start drinking. I mean, the movie industry got me off of it for the most part because I had to wake up so early. And then finally, I finally started taking B12 and D3. Yeah, I laugh a lot. I play it hard, but I manage the functions. Somehow turn a dollar. Right. No, listen, I understand. And I used to tell myself the same thing. But if you didn't have to play hard, what could you do? And the thing is, if we would work twice as hard because we felt better when we were in our 20s and 30s, you wouldn't have to work half as hard twice as long. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. All right. This is essentially why I left. All right.
Hey everybody, Walton Goggins.
Because of Walt Goggins?
Starting a business is never easy, but with GoDaddy Aero,
So why are you leaving Japan?
As far as like other than teaching English and being in poverty, I just don't really think it's worth it. In Japan, they don't really need you. That's a harsh truth.
Yeah,
I was kind of forced to leave Japan. I didn't really want to.
That's a huge thing. Like people, like just because the Democrats in America tell you that the whole world needs to be saved by us, it doesn't mean it's true. Like like leave everybody else alone. But no, we need to. Yeah.
Me like 2 months to leave the country.
How much more time do you have in Japan?
I leave tomorrow, sadly.
You're leaving tomorrow.
I mean, as a half Japanese person, I feel always I will be in a different category. Like they will not consider me completely Japanese.
读书的时候，学生时代有去做包摊，然后完了之后，有日本人就直接跟我说：“
That's what it was, a Hadouken video. I had to. I still got a copyright ding for that. The Hadouken. I wish I would have thought about it quicker, but I let it play for over 30 seconds, so they got me.
On long-term visas, but only a fraction of them
you
decide to stay and make Japan their permanent home. So today, we're interviewing foreigners that are leaving Japan to find out exactly why. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Thomas Churchill. I'm from Louisiana,
girl.
United States.
How long have you been in Japan in total?
About 3-4 years.
On and off, right?
Yeah, on and off, yeah.
So can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Mike. I'm from Greece, and I'm a student here in Japan.
Thank you, my
And
friend.
how long have you been in Japan?
Thank you.
I was in Japan for 1.5 years, and now it's about 4 months that I came back.
I'm Kaori, and I was born and raised in Colombia.
Colombia?
I'm Japanese. My father is Japanese, and my mother is Colombian.
Colombia?
And I have been living in Japan for like 7 years.
先自我介绍一下。
大家好，然后我叫静，来自于中国。
You can
然后
tell by
现
her
在目前
waving
到
her hands.
2014年10月来的日本，然后现在在日本是今年2025年的话是第11年，第11年在日本呀。
Can you introduce?
So we are not taught how to solve our problems anymore. We're not, absolutely not. We're taught that we're just supposed to be miserable because other people caused issues for us. The wrong person got elected. Some people don't. Whatever. No. Solve your own problems. Solve your own problems. And stop making ones for yourself. That's my freaking motto.
Yourself?
Who was in the wrong?
My name is
Israel,
Nacho.
Palestine. So as far as I can tell, I was looking at the body count thing, and it looks like Palestine started it. And Israel went too far, so both of them are in the wrong, and the adults need to get in the room and stop that shit. It's keep killing each other for freaking what, another freaking 50 years? No, it's just got to stop. But I flip-flopped sides as I got more and more information, but it looks like the first attack went from Palestine into Israel, and whether somebody can give me more information and it'll change. My point is, it don't matter. It's got to stop. It's like we can keep saying, no, you're wrong. Okay, great. I can be wrong today. I can be wrong tomorrow. Whatever. That's fine. And then we'll find out, what happened the day before. Whatever. Stop killing each other and kill the people. Have an adult go in the room to stop the people that are killing people. And that's the problem. You have children. You have freaking high school kids like, no, you can't tell terrorists and murderers that they have a international backing. It's freaking crazy.
Venezuelan, and I've been in Japan for 3 months, so I'm almost finishing the course in my school.
What level are they teaching you at the school right now?
No, I'm not talking about just you. I'm talking about in general. You always think everything's so personal.
So why are you leaving Japan?
Well, my biggest issue is that job opportunities aren't very
upset over something constitutes me causing drama. I got
Japan's not very welcoming.
We do need you.
In general, especially in the job area. Of course, there's the politeness that is shown to visitors, no matter where they come from. But when it comes to professional opportunities, jobs for foreigners are definitely not in very plentiful.
Listen, and young people don't understand blood feuds. They don't understand Sudan. They don't even bring that up at all. And if you try to bring that up, they're like, we're not talking about that. Yes, you are. You're talking about blood feuds between religious differences. And there's like, no, it's freaking Trump. It's like, shut up. I'm tired of arguing with children about adult topics. You know, it's crazy. Don't worry, I take things personally, but I know what you mean. I'm not usually upset personally. So explain it. Okay.
Full supply.
Would it be hard to get a nomad visa here in Japan?
Yeah, it's only for 6 months. Honestly, I don't really think it's worth it. And you got to make a certain salary. It's more paperwork. So I'm just good with coming here for 3 months at a time. And of course, you can actually stay 6 months without a digital nomad visa. Go to another country for a few months and come back. And that's what I plan on doing.
Why did you leave Japan?
I was kind of forced to leave Japan. I didn't really want to.
So this is propaganda to show people that visas exist, that immigration exists, and people shouldn't be allowed to stay without visas. That's what this is. Nobody talked about Sudan, the education system. Right, because they don't care. They're trying to create local activists. And that's got like 30 million people dead, not like 7 dozen. You know, and this is what you'll learn about your teachers. They're liars. They don't know what they're talking about. And that's a big problem because they act like they do, and they're in positions of power to children. So children think I'm in school to learn the truth, and you don't get the truth. You get theory.
I applied for a working visa when my studies were finished, and I got rejected.
Ooh.
So yeah, and they gave me like 2 months to leave the country.
Oh my gosh.
I found another job when my visa got declined, and they were willing to sponsor me as well. So I went back to the immigration office and I asked them, and they still said no. I was like, okay, I have 2 companies willing to sponsor me, and you're not letting me. Like, why? Basically, they told me, you know what, you have 2 months.
Please, what up, brother? I had a teacher that
like,
would inform us international affairs that would teach us both
I cannot get married. I'm leaving.
She probably don't have no job no more if she's doing that. I want to recommend a book. It's called The 4 Agreements. Take Nothing Personal. There you go. Read that, Katra.
That's crazy.
I hate Sally. It run most of our lives.
So when
Listen, not if you don't pay attention. If you don't pay attention to politics and you pay attention on working on your own life, you'll have no idea what's going on. None of that matters. The most important things in the world will happen and then go away. And then oh my God, Palestine, Israel, oh my God, the whole world's going to end, and then it'll go away. And if you would have done nothing about it and only worked on your own life, like I have a television that's not connected to anything. It's only connected as a monitor. I do not watch the news. I do not like when people send me clips and stuff, I'll watch like little clips of stuff. But I made that stuff. I know it's all crap. It's all like when you say, listen, everybody, we need your help. But first, a word from our sponsor. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. They want you emotionally invested so you keep coming back to see what happened. Are they safe? Are my poor blah, blah, blah safe? It's so freaking cringe. Next time talk about Uganda, Africa, where I'm from. Okay, all right. Bro, what's going to say about Uganda? That's where he's from. Georgie, I do my best to be calm about it. At least it's natural for me to take something personally. I think it's fine as long as I'm saying, yeah.
I moved here at first when I was 20. It was
we'll go to Uganda after Japan here.
Time, so I feel like my parents were not thinking that I was actually going to move here. And I was like, no, I want to stay. So I stayed and I transferred universities. I graduated here.
You don't know our
and
perspectives?
I thought, oh no, my whole life will be here.
Oh my
it's
God,
fine. Like, yes, I miss my family, my
friends. Yes. Everywhere in the world except for America and the UK and some spots in Africa, they'll kick you out. They'll say, no, you can't be here. But if you listen to the news, they'll say no one's illegal on stolen land, and the whole world's been conquered, so the whole world's been stolen from somebody else. So no. And it's all crap. It's all bull crap because they want to start nonprofits to help the poor people. The nonprofits get funded by the government and by donations, and they just get put into people's pockets, and they pay somebody $20,000 to fly to whatever country and say, oh, it's all better now, or oh no, it's gotten worse. We need you to dig deeper in your pockets. It's the same scam over and over, but young people, they're fresh to these scams, so they're not aware that they're scams yet. It's the biggest news of their life. They're like, what, this ain't math, this is dead people. And yes, and it happens every day, and they don't tell you. They only tell you about the friends that are running their version of their activism for whatever place. Remember, there's activism incubators. There's places that just train people to be activists and say, you'll find your cause. And then, yeah, it's all crap. She's the Yapper. I like her. They underpaid me when I was teaching a certificate, and I only got paid slightly above minimum wage. I was getting paid the same as a Filipino teacher who isn't a real native. She didn't go to university either. Yep. Listen, and I tell people this. It doesn't matter if you have the skill. Like, people go to school to learn whatever, and then they get out, and then people that learned it on their own get more money, and they don't have the student debt. College in most cases is not needed. Most companies might put that on there 2 years, 3 years, but if you go and say, here's my portfolio, I can do the work you're requesting, they'll be like, you're hired. Yeah, it's crazy. About at work. I've been at work about 2 hours. Out in 2 hours. All right. Based on merit, I think critically. How do we turn computer headaches into pleasurable experiences? I don't get computer headaches anymore, honestly. And I tell you what, Zara, I used to get them all the time. I used to get migraines, and I don't know if it's because the D3 and the B12, but I don't get them anymore. I really don't. Let me see. Vitamin B12 deficiency and computer headaches. Okay. B12 deficiency can cause or worsen headaches, including migraines, attention types headaches due to nerve damage, demyelination, reduced oxygen applied to the brain, and homocysteine levels, accompanied by fatigue, dizziness, cognitive issues. Regular B12 measurement is recommended for chronic headaches. B12 for sure. Yeah. I don't get them anymore either. And I used to get them all the time. I used to get them all the time.
Friends, Colombian food, Colombian people, but
look
it's
up B12
fine.
and electronic
and
usage.
then I went back to Colombia for like a
difference in
short
salaries in
Christmas
minimum
and
wage.
New Year's trip, and I realized
Gendered salary differences, Japan. Okay. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Okay, Japan has one of the largest gender wage gaps, with women earning 22 to 25% less than a man on average. This disparity stems from high concentration of women in part-time or non-regular work, limited to female representation. So is it the hourly wage that's different, or that's one of the big things that they use in America for propaganda? They say men make $1,000 a week and women make $900. But then it shows that the men work 45 hours and the women work 38 or whatever, or men, whatever. They skew the numbers. They don't say per hour, because in America, it's law that they can't, and it's been law since the 1960s. You can't discriminate based on sex, gender, religion, color, or creed. And so, but they still keep pushing the gender wage gap. And when you look at, and you know that, Jenna, you've seen that, what's it called? Japan holds the hottest gender wage gap as the fourth lowest. Non-regular factor. A major cause is women employed in non-regular positions, fixed term, part-time, which offer lower pay. So is it because they're women, or is it because the jobs women take? Management. Women in management only hold 11.6 positions, well below the 40% of Western countries. While starting salaries are similar, The age gap widens with age. Women in their 50s earning significantly less than their male counterparts. Regional variations. The wage gap varies by prefecture. Tokyo reporting the largest disparities women earn. Right. They don't say salaries, which is really it's really right. Earnings. That's a big difference. Especially if women have children. So if men and women, if you're talking about what they make over 5 years, and the women have had 2 children, and I'm just saying, that's the kind of wackadoo stuff. In America, it's against the law, and it has been since the 60s. Let's watch this. Okay.
I
know a girl almost 100K in
so
suit that makes a dog treat bags
a
of
little
factories
bit
that
of
pays
the
better,
Colombian
right?
culture,
I know, I understand. There's powerful countries. They come to our churches to ask us for gold, copper, and ivory. I wonder if electric use is about so that's a good question. So the light that hits your eyes and your skin can help with vitamin D and D3 absorption, and I know D3 and B12 absorption can go hand in hand. Okay. Computer screen usage and B12 absorption. There's no direct link. However, there are significant indirect connections between high screen usage, sedentary lifestyle, and B12 deficiencies, particularly involving stress and nutritional habits. So if you get stressed out a lot, you get high homocysteine levels. That stops B12 absorption. So if you're just on the computer and not be like, oh my God, Trump's in office and stuff like that, like it shouldn't cause it. It gives off a false impression. So that 22-year-old American guy got paid about $100,000 more when he was working there for 2 years, and he was a rookie. In China, minimum wage is different by province. If you want to look at gender differences, look at Saudi Arabia. American is more equal. It's by law. By law, it is. You can't be paid differently. If a man and a woman have the same amount of experience and start a job at the same time, like they both have college degrees, but the man or woman, they can also negotiate. So they're offered the same starting salary. If the man says, if I do 5 extra hours a week, will you give me an extra $200 on my salary? So you can negotiate. Women tend to negotiate less than men do. But by law, it's got to be. And then a lot of times women have babies. So over a 10-year period, they take 1 or 2 years off. So they get 1 or 2, they only get paid for 9 months maternity leave. So they're like 6 months behind, and they're like, see, here's why. But yeah, it's great. But by law, you can't. And if it's by law here. So if someone offers you a job for less money than they offer a man, sue. That's it. America is equal for gender for the most part. Depends on other things like your age and where you live. Different states have different laws. Right. Yep. Here in Uganda, women can work even more than men. So somehow good. Yeah. This is the thing. You can't force what people want to do. By the way, I teach Japanese now in New Zealand. There you. Oh, for some reason I thought that was in frickin' Australia. I mean, I guess it's a couple feet apart. Women are more agreeable. Don't negotiate. Right. And I get paid more. Good. Check the telomeres at the end of our gene pairs. What are those things called? Chromosomes. The telomeres. What up, Pico? I could suggest agreeable. I could be less agreeable if you want.
Don't miss it a lot.
为什么不要在日本定居啊？
目前在日本也有11年了，然后我觉得我要跳出我现在目前这个 comfortable zone， 然后去挑战一下一些不同的可能性。
我还有一些美国朋友在日本工作，说这个国家已经没有未来了，人口少、老龄化，然后工资一直都没有变化。你觉得日本的未来会怎么样？是不是因为这个原因，外国人不愿意留在这儿？
哦。很好的问题耶，我觉得就是要看自己是怎么去对待它，然后你想要在日本，你想要变成一个什么样的人，然后取决于你自己。我觉得社会的大环境当然很重要，但是日本整体上来说，它对于外国人的话，相对而言还是会比较 nice 的。但是老龄化呀，然后工资不涨啊，这都是很现实的问题。因为我觉得在每个国家都有类似的问题，就主要看你怎么去对待它。然后我觉得可以来日本尝试一下，然后我觉得 行，
go back,
可以
wait
再
till
去
the
其他的
economy
国
is
家，
better.
或者说你
Yeah.
喜欢它，你经历
Permanent
过，你
teaching
尝试
visa.
过，你体
Oh,
验
well,
过，你
perhaps
喜欢
I
这个
get
地方
you,
，OK，那你就
well,
可以
well,
待下
well,
去
I get you, well,
我觉得
what's going on?
怎么
You
舒服
negotiate
怎么
that.
来。
Term of funny, good internship. Yeah, that's what you
What's the
should be doing.
easiest
That
tool
should
to
be.
manage my
My
agreements?
Bad. I would just have to make mistakes, dude. I speak
And
half
why
a
are you
language.
leaving Japan?
I know the Chicago.
Mainly,
Bears
I'm
looking
going
for
back to
Mustangs,
my
so
country
there's something
to
I can
start
do there,
college
so-
right now.
Right.
But I can definitely say that if possible, if I get the chance, I would definitely like to come back here. Definitely, I do not think that I would like to live here. If anything,
So why do you think you wouldn't like to live in Japan? You just want to come and visit?
I feel like Japan is an extraordinary country in every measure of the word. I love the culture, I love the language, but I also think that it is a country that
Start designing your own shit. Just start. Bring a lot of drawings, a lot of hand drawn sketches, a lot. Like they start doing them like an interesting wall, not even the whole building, an interesting roof from perspective, an interesting window, a window on a wall, and just a bunch just shows that that's what you are. You live and breathe architecture, pictures of other interesting architecture, and sketches of what you would change about it. And I'm talking about quick sketches. I'm not talking about freaking paintings. Yeah. Don't worry, I already do shit. I'm just looking at internships so I can get right. Yeah. I'm letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Absolutely.
that doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to living here, to working here. It is a country that has a reputation, at least in my point of view, of having an extremely exploiting work culture. Things like Buraku Kaisha or Zangyo, they're all very popular. Or things like the being lonely. I think that Japan, as much as I want to live here, I also think that these past 3 months have made me recognize just how much I miss my family. It's very far, so connecting with my family that live in Latin America, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I do
It's
scaffolding,
very hard
and we don't
to
have
actually
women
set the times
because
right.
they're
If you
not
want to do something
not
together,
because they're not
it's
allowed just women.
very
Yeah.
hard to live here. Well,
In America, only women that join construction crews are usually road crews. So like the ones that say stop, go. Or secretaries in office end. You don't see any women like swinging hammers, and I mean maybe one in 50 people that actually swing hammers and stuff. But as soon as they get the option, like usually a woman will do it for a few months, and they'll be like, "Hey, we need a secretary," and they're like, "Yup, I'll take it. Boom, same pay, sure," because it pays so good. And if you show that you're willing to swing a hammer and climb ladders, and it's a pain in the ass, especially women that want kids, because you're not doing that pregnant, not in a healthy capacity.
You know what? It's a strong smell of shit this town. It ain't me. I think it's you. You've been in
bad,
trains,
really
though?
bad.
On trains.
I'll tell you about that in a second.
You on trains? Let me get up a bit.
No, friends of the council. Bloody useless.
I don't like it. Now, brother. Or sister. I really coming to you one of these days. You got two choices. One, you can get out of town alive, or two, give us back in the ear. Go on, give us back in the ear. What Brett said it. Get out of town dead.
Oh, it's the closest being. Yeah. What's up, Kapil? What up, Peter? Speed, brother Mount.
What do you say, brother? You smelly piece of shit.
Fuck's sake, man. I need a tenner. How you fucking choosing to do this?
Freaking lamb. What up, Loretta? So DEI wasn't what you think it was. DEI was a scam what it's coming out the past couple days is the cartels wanted the police gone in the cities, so they started this whole bullshit, and then they got a lot of the police to defund the police, so they got a lot of the police fired. The crime goes up. They put DEI in and say, oh, too much crime, we need to hire even more cops. But now they hire their own people, not gays, right? Whatever. They're hiring people that have the mindset of them that will let the things go the way they want to go. So it all went back to bullshit. It's not all of a sudden the frickin' politicians cared about diversity, equity, and inclusion. They never cared about it and everything. It was a way to get who they wanted into office and into jobs of power. It was all crap. All crap. Real talk. When was the last time you washed your bed sheets? Me? I don't. Probably a week ago. Yeah, probably like a week. I see. I had a kid tell me DEI was bad because there should be some discrimination. I had a kid tell me DEI was bad because there should be some discrimination. No. Some just are laughable because what the hell? You're not even giving proper reason, bro. Just hating. Right. And the thing is, they want to be able. Listen, they got so far taking over our government, calling people racist. They were just like, oh, there's no crime happening here. You're just racist because there's black people that live here. But what about the crime that's happening here? Not with black people. It's not really happening. Okay, cool. So we can defund the police because the police are bad. Okay, cool. Defund the police. Oh, crime went up. We need to hire way more police. Trump, we need a whole bunch more money. Okay. And they're like, oh, but by the way, you can only hire these people. And because remember, they would hire, they said, no, we need to hire more women and more colored people and gay people, but they would hire white people as long as they were on the list. So it had nothing to do with it. They just added more lists. Then they could say, you can just say you're queer. Queer's what? We don't know. So now you can just, and then this is how you get people who you want. And you're like, look, go apply, tell them you're queer, blah, blah, blah. And then because you were a part of the team. It was all a takeover. Not saying you, just thinking, I understand. Oh my God, this dude's totally talking nonsense. Don't even realize how dumb he sounds. Speak to me, my liege. Please speak to me some truth. I would love to hear you. Your favorite, chocolate. Freaking straight up chocolate. I love it. Best flavor. He doesn't even know how stupid he sounds.
Maintaining a lifestyle that allows you to not only be able to be with your family, but also travel a lot and also just enjoy yourself.
Where are you going after this?
I don't care about my parents.
I'm probably
they don't like my
not
hair
100%
color.
sure, but I'm probably going to China.
How is the salary in China for English teaching compared to Japan?
Oh, it's much better. Well, the thing about China is that the cost of living is cheaper. Like the yen, of course, you get paid in yen now, which is another reason why you shouldn't really get a job here in Japan, but among others. But like in China, the cost of living is still cheaper, and you could say there's a potential to save a lot more money in China. And the salary is pretty modest. You'll make maybe like $3,000 a month in China, but that is a ton of money.
And the surveillance.
If you
What's
work
up?
at like a high school,
501. I've seen you in a couple
How
weeks.
much more time do you have on this visa?
Some people just take the word press.
6 more.
It's a little too far an accent, but some reason they hate the other one. Listen, the diversity happens on its own. The problem is people are talking about diversity of not diversity of thought. They don't care. If you don't think the way you think, then you're the devil. And that's how you know it's a scam. Because they don't care what you are or do. They don't care about, as long as you have this, as long as you say, okay, we're going to do this. We're all on the same team. People should be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Exactly. 100%. Right. And it went completely against that. They're saying, hey, we need you to start worrying about the color of their skin. It was good. English teacher. And then they used so cheaper. Yeah, that's probably why they're getting fired. Hold on.
Maybe like $3,000 a month in China, but that is a ton of money. If you work at like a high school like I did. Teaching.
How much more time do you have on this visa?
6 more months.
You have 6 months to figure it out. And if you don't, back to Greece.
Actually, yeah, because you can only be in
Well,
language.
so the problem is they said it can't. They said it can't, right? So because of the power, right, sure. So they're just saying whatever they need to say to get what they want, and that's gone too far. Like, how long do they think that would work? You know, to just say, no, we can't be racist towards white people because white people are freaking pieces of shit. Okay, cool. That means you're racist because you think, oh, no, because you can't be racist towards white. So then what are you? Freaking jerk. Correct, Kat. You want to get your reaction because this ad was really weird to me. Okay.
I moved your meeting, and your car will be here in 5.
Perfect. Look at this little beauty I found in the garden.
Nice snake, Chris.
Hey, whoa, what is that?
Our new Alexa Plus.
That she's not living here. That is full-on AI. One minute we're all buddies, then the next minute she's trying to kill us.
Now, Chris, how exactly would I do that?
A million different ways. Maybe I'm taking out the trash.
The door's jammed. Take a closer look while I pull up a tutorial. A little to the left.
You're a widow.
Right.
All right, what about this?
Looks like rain. Closing cover. Hold your breath, Chris. The package I sent you is here. Lowering shades. Let me light a fire.
You're crazy.
Your car's here.
I gotta go. Love you.
You seem tense. Can I book you a massage? And a cinnamon scrub?
Oh, you can do that? I do love a cinnamon scrub.
That's freaking wackadoodle. But hey, but I loved him in all those movies, so I should get the new AI thing. Saw that? Yeah, I ain't freaking that stuff's nuts, dude. I don't trust those people at all. That's why that's such a white person thing. Oh my God, you're so white. You're too white for that. It's randomly got right. Did they think that preaching anti-racism and then being racist would just go over people's heads? This is when I think you have a bunch of people that want to take over the world that are too stupid to understand that they're too stupid to do it, right? Like it's absolutely crazy, and it's a very interesting thing that Trump did yesterday when he said, if you think the role of government is to protect American citizens, stand up, and they didn't even stand up, you know. And it's just like, okay, so now everybody sees that you're just bought. Because you know they made deals with the cartel and the mob, and then if they did stand up, they're worried about taking a bullet. And look what's going on in Mexico right now. So they couldn't stand up, right? And this is the problem. This is why you never want to make a deal with the devil. Yeah, AI is definitely wild. This new screen share is cool. Yeah, I'm freaking cool. I can do a bunch of stuff. Okay, let me see. ADHD child versus non-ADHD child. Let's see if they even mentioned B12. I asked 2 children the same questions. Both children are 6 years old in the 1st grade. One of them has ADHD. Can you guess which one? Please pull up a picture of me in the 6th grade. Man, that's slow. Definitely me.
How old are you?
6.5.
It's him.
6.
And what grade are you
He's
in?
got it.
1st grade. 1st grade?
Do you like school?
Yeah. No.
Why do you like school?
All right, it's going to be the girl.
Because I like to play with my friends at recess.
All right, I got no idea now.
Why don't you like school?
She looks like she's been freaking abused, is what she looks like.
And my little sister's really cute, and I want to spend more time with my little sister.
She sounds like she's a
How
girl.
long does it take you to do your homework? A long time or a short time?
Usually 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know, sort of in the middle.
Do you have a hard time with your homework?
Sometimes.
How do you do on tests?
Dude, these kids are freaking jacked up ones. I think both of them are.
Well, I usually get A's, but not A pluses, so I don't know. And I almost get every single one right.
Well, aren't you still proud of yourself for getting A's?
I don't know, I just feel normal.
You
No,
feel
you don't.
you just feel normal. You don't
fucking
feel
new.
proud
Look
of
at what's
yourself.
going on in that house.
I feel normal.
Okay. Do you have a lot of friends?
Yeah.
Second, good. The girl? You don't want to
How do you
misgender
feel
her?
about having a
tell
lot
it
of
in 2
friends?
seconds. Yeah, well, so
How do
I
you-
would say autism, Asperger's, but I think it's abuse.
Feel about
I want to know where they got the children for this. Like who's in the house with this kid? Whose kid is it? And with the,
having a lot of friends.
Me?
Do you get invited to parties?
Yeah. Not usually.
Nah,
Do you
that's
ever
the
get
boy.
bullied?
The ADHD kids always get invited to the parties. Politicians should try to be honest and serve the American people. Yeah, definitely, Dreamer.
Sometimes.
Do you think you are smart?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you think you are
Dude,
handsome?
That's not ADHD.
Do you think you
that's
are pretty?
ADHD. He's probably medicated.
What do you like about yourself?
He's sitting on his hands.
How smart I am and how good I draw. I like myself because I like Jesus and
There you
God,
go.
and they're really important.
Is
Good,
there
there
anything
she
that
goes.
you dislike about yourself?
Nope.
Nothing.
Sometimes I be bad,
How do you be bad?
She's worried about sin already.
like giving attitude to my mom.
Oh, she's just a
Why
girl.
do you think you give attitude?
I don't know, sometimes I just get into moods. It depends on how good the day is. When I have a bad day, then I get all grumpy and negative. And when I have a good day, then I get all positive and happy.
What do you want other kids like your age to know that don't have ADHD? What do you want them to know about the kids that do have ADHD?
That they are better at listening than them, and that they.
She's
and that
repeating
they-
talking
they,
points.
And that they could help them.
And how can they help the kids with ADHD?
By telling them that whatever you do, it's still right.
No,
You
what?
try your best.
Hold on. Telling kids with ADHD or kid that no matter what they do, it's still right. This is abuse. This is crazy shit. And this is coming from the Mental Health Matters frickin' site. That's crazy. They both got it. ADHD, children are born with it. ADHD says it affects 5% of children aged 4 to 17. Children with ADHD often have other mental issues such as depression, anxiety, and oppositional defiant disorder. So they're talking about the girl. Poor social skills. They are often bullied. Their peers excluded. So let them get away with bad behavior. This is making a world of shit. Right. This is that creep shit. Let the kids grow up. Don't stop telling them how passionate they should be. What if they are weird or a misfit? This is freaking weird. They just want to be loved. By who? Jeffrey Epstein? Dude. Did we find out who has it? Okay, I want to be seeing the video made me uncomfortable. She didn't want to be. No, that wasn't ADHD. That's frickin' some serious shit. She didn't want to make. And listen, that wasn't unintelligent. That had nothing to do. Neither one of those kids had issues communicating, learning, or expressing themselves like cognitively. That wasn't an issue there. I think people are trying to use things like ADHD and Asperger's and stuff to cover abuse. Like absolutely. Like, oh, my kid might act weird, but they've got ADHD, so don't worry about it. Well, how do you know? You ever had a blood test? Well, you can't have a blood test for ADHD. They just ask weird. You know who else acts weird? My answer would be, there's parties. I got ADHD, and right. So then kids are gonna be like, oh, if I say I've got ADHD, I'll get invited to parties. It's such crap. Never knew there were parties. Socially excluded. They need some B12. She's got ADHD and autism. Yeah, that's what I would say. Mood sick for that girl. I feel right. She's a girl. Girls have moods like that. And this is just a reason to medicate them. I feel like our OD level of honesty is great, but she's definitely got ADHD. Autism. A lot of those kids are extremely smart in their own ways. Yeah. Yeah, it's bullshit. Then they'll give them medicines. Exactly. Right. If it's okay that they've got ADHD and they can be just as cool, then why do you medicate them? If they're trans already, why do you have to give them hormones? They just want to make money off of your children. And whatever thing they say, don't worry, you've got issues, but you can also go to parties and you're compassionate. Just take these pills for the rest of your life. It's freaking nuts. It's got to stop. It's absolutely got to stop. My son had dyslexia, but he could play guitar really young. Right, because brains are still going to grow just because they don't grow towards reading. Dude, I guarantee I got dyslexia. I can't read worth shit. And I definitely got dyscalculia, but I mean, whatever. I don't care. They're not disabilities. But you can't learn to play the way that we want to teach you. But what are you actually teaching us? Like, everything is crap. Everything is wrong. But no, you have no idea how humans work. These people are all and this is the problem with over educating people, letting everybody go to college. Well, I would have failed, but because I spent so much money, they passed me anyway. Like, this girl. Oh, let me show you something. Definitely. It pisses me off. It pisses me off so bad, especially knowing what I know about the B12 thing. So if one of these kids is vitamin deficient, and they're saying, oh, you've got ADHD at 6 years old. Listen, and when I was in school, we were rowdy, and they wanted us to not be rowdy. So they were like, oh, you need to go to the psychiatrist. And I'm like, no, I don't need to be in this freaking school. I've never been normal. Right. I've been isolated as a kid. I couldn't tell it was because I had ADHD. It was when I wasn't diagnosed. There was no, hey, she's different, be nice. But that's not what happens with kids. That's not what happens. She's different, be nice isn't what happens. Because she doesn't mean they're nice. Do you think kids are nice to people that their teachers tell them to be nice to? No, you're the teacher's pet. You're gonna get me in trouble, and that's when the bullying happens. The kids should learn that should get social with themselves, not how the adults that don't know what they're talking about try to make it happen. And this is. Listen, it used to be a bunch of kids in a schoolhouse together, all growing up together as things went through. And that's how we got to the education levels we are now. When we started splitting things up and doing all kinds of wackadoodle things and saying, oh, you try to put boys and girls in the same class and the boys are too testosterone-y, so then let's freaking medicate them. And that's what 90% of it is. It was she's weird and different, but there's no apparent reason, so let's not hang out with her. Essentially, became best friends with the pine tree. Right, kick-ass pine tree. Now you want to work with wood, right? You don't need bad relationships. I don't understand the whole, I was lonely. Yeah, but they didn't like you. You could find people that like you later. Life's not just right now. Kids are mean and a nice facade. Good at some manipulative abilities of kids. Exactly. And the problem is the medical industry knows it. And if they can say, oh, do you feel bad with kids at school? Uh-huh. Here you go. Take these pills. Wow, I like these pills. Maybe I'll take them for... School needs to stop describing. Agreed. Behavior problems need to be handled. The child needs therapy as well as meds. The kids are growing. Is always fine. UTS. Oh, it's called childhood. Right, it's called childhood. Remember, we didn't have the pharmaceutical industry for the past 3,000 years. It's relatively new. None of this needed to happen. And you know what I think a lot... We'll talk about that some other time. Okay, what I wanted to show. I'm going to show something. It was... who was it looking? Right, and that's the thing. They're extremely smart in their own ways, but we're trying to mass teach kids. Because companies want double the employees so they can make triple or quadruple the money. So they want the man and the woman to work so the kid gets raised by the system. And look how dumb the people undereducated the people that come onto this stream are, and they won't even take, like, they're just rude about it. And I know why they're rude, because they don't know what they're talking about, and they're used to talking to people that also don't know what they're talking about, so they never go into a deep conversation about anything, and they need guidance, and they're so irritable because they're so dumb, and they don't want to be embarrassed socially by being like, I don't know how this is what I wanted to show. Girl suing school for not knowing how to read. Here it is. Graduated with honors, can't read. And she can't speak barely either. And this is the problem. We're pushing people through. We're just using schools as a triage for what kids need pills and medical care for psychological stuff, and it's just them growing. Like the whole, like, of course you're confused about your gender in school. Of course no one knew what the hell was going on. We're just getting the hormones coming into our body, and the why is that a problem? You have companies that turned it into a problem because they turned it into a profit. It drives me freaking crazy.
18-year-old lady Alicia Ortiz is suing her school for allowing her to graduate with honors without teaching her.
A woman who graduated from high school with honors is suing her school district, claiming she's illiterate. 19-year-old Alicia Ortiz testified that the education system pushed her through school despite not being able to read or write. According to her lawsuit, she started having problems with letters, sound, and number recognition.
Hold on. Let's talk about how manipulative kids are. Do you know how many kids I've heard online that laugh because they manipulated people into being trans? And do you understand that if these people got manipulated into being trans and got medicated and got surgeries and stuff because they were like, oh, maybe I am. Look, we can make her think she's... And this is a huge problem. And everyone knows it. But as long as you can keep calling people transphobes and homophobes and whatnot, then nobody gets help. Listen, the people that are confused need help. The people that aren't confused can get the surgeries. And that's the thing. That's the big problem. We're saying, hey, you got to learn math, English, science, this and that. And how's your tingling feel? Do you think... They had control. They knew damn well how to control a situation, make it personal. Right. And these people grow up and become politicians. I'd rather have a bear than any of you before they became a thing. And Jimmy Neutron, what up, Plod? Speaking about the children of ADHD, I understood what you're getting at, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. My high school made rule assignments that weren't turned in had to be entered as 50% of the grade book, 50% for no work. Yeah, that's crazy shit. You're a slacker, McFly. Yep. Right, because of racism. They're like, they're poor or whatever. No, because you're a horrible teacher. It's hated my school. It's caring more about people. I hated my school for caring more about people, not trying to support the people than me because they make an effort. It was barely passing. It didn't matter. I was struggling. Yeah, they don't care. And they'll act like they care. And the people that don't understand manipulation don't realize they're being manipulated.
In first grade, and those issues were allegedly not addressed. In 6th grade, Alicia alleges she was reading at a kindergarten or first grade level. That prompted the school to assign her a special education teacher who allegedly bullied Alicia and was ultimately removed from that role. Not until Alicia was 17 years old did a teacher suggest that she get tested for dyslexia. And yes,
look, right, Alicia is... If the kids don't have information about what's the new big thing in politics and in the adult world, that's how they get that. They get it from social media, and they're like, and then they could... Like, dude, when I was a kid, I remember people being like, other kids being like, you're gay, kiss him. And then people are like, I don't think I'm gay. And they're like, and they just went, oh, we made you kiss a boy. And now it just evolves to the same thing. And they don't want to admit the evil bastards that are profiting off this don't care who gets hurt. Look, they're willing to send you to war to get bullets in your body. Do you think they care if you cut your body parts off? They don't. They don't care. The more people they can trick you in. So now they say, hey, we know this happens in school, so how can we profit off of it? Well, let's make sure we get a fucking puberty blocker in you as soon as we can, so you don't have to go through the horrors of puberty. Well, maybe if you stop talking to me about sex all the time, I wouldn't even be worrying about this. I'd just be like, it's so freaking crazy. Because look, if you don't, then again, they have test retakes, and the test retakes again. Phones were banned on campus until 30 minutes after school at my high school. That's good. Kids have always been cruel, right? And everyone, listen, they know this. We've put billions of dollars into psychological research. We know this. We use it against our enemies, and now we're using it against ourselves. Absolutely. We didn't learn about this in 1997. We've known about this stuff since the 1890s to at least the 2030s, 1930s. Absolutely, 100%.
Dyslexic, and she didn't know that until she was 17 years old. She relies almost entirely on apps that translate text to speech and speech to text, and yet the school district passed her through all of high school. This isn't a unique problem to this Connecticut school. In 2023, Baltimore public schools were ripped apart for having 0 students proficient in math, yet those schools still passed kids who were failing.
Right. Well, they had ADHD. Okay. You couldn't ban phones at the high school I went to. Vapes are illegal, but people did it all the time. You wouldn't work that. Listen, when I was in high school, you weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes, and kids would light up a cigarette in the back of class when they turned the lights down to watch a movie, and they would blow the smoke into their backpack, thinking that would trap the smoke and the smell. Kids are dumb, and people use forms of manipulation to test boundaries. And we're telling them that they should. Like, do you know about this guy? This guy that wants trans children to be able to access porn at school? Let me see if I can find it. Politician that wants trans children to access porn. Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
Are very clear about that. They're almost jubilant about being able to use these laws to ban young people from accessing content that could be educational if they are queer. And you are a principal. You have LGBT students in your school, and we also know that they're not receiving sex education for queer kids. We know that prurient interest,
porn, which isn't
could
real
be,
life sex.
For many people, the very existence of transgender kids.
All right. How do you respond to that?
Doesn't fucking matter how he responds to it. Rules for games have changed for kids. The shop near our school used to sell single cigarettes. Careful Googling this. Yeah. They told us we could sled at the... but all the rules have changed now. Now that all the main media companies are on Trump's side. We got a whole list of rules. We can talk about abortion now. We can talk about trans, because you weren't allowed to talk about it or you got canceled. And that's how people weren't able to push back. And that's the problem, because they knew what they were doing. Listen, trans isn't new. It's not new. It's hundreds of years old. And medically, it's 60, 70 years old. More than that, it's almost 100 medically. And look, they just found a way to profit off of it. Definitely, yeah. When are you doing another ACS Deacon? What up, Real Jack? Couldn't sled. What happened? Hold on. They told us we couldn't sled at recess, so we just used nothing. Slid down a bobsled. We used to use binders, our trapper keepers. We used to use whatever. But we were allowed. We were allowed to bring sleds. We could bring our sled to school and slide down the hills and stuff. We had a big ass hill. Big 3 humper. We smoked weed, study hall, went faster. These freaks don't need to teach this garbage in elementary school. Listen, I guarantee if you look at that person's investment history, they've got their money in the main companies, the main tech companies that support that run the either the data centers and stuff that Pornhub and whatnot are meant to do. Listen, people don't care about your kids. They don't care about your kids. They want to profit off of them. If they can say one thing into a microphone and talk to 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, 3 million people, and a percent or two of those will be like, okay, maybe my kid needs porn. Oh, maybe my student needs porn because they look like they might be trans. And then now everybody's in there watching porn. And then what do you think that leads to? How does porn show you how relationships work? No, there's not supposed to be any relationships because single people spend more money. They want everybody to be single. You don't need no man. You can be a man or a woman whenever you want, change day after day. And they want you to be single. You don't need to use porn. Listen, we never had porn in the freaking 1200s in the zeros, and people were not having problems having babies. It's not hard to figure out. You don't need, oh, well, I didn't know about that. No, it's a freaking product launch. I wasn't allowed to talk about shit in school, but I did anyway. Oh yeah, the fries in school. Well, not the real ones. Dude, I like the tater tots. It was stupid. They wanted to ban everything fun with snowball fights. I said, yeah, we can snowball fight. Yeah, they said not in the face. Yeah, we get hit people, and if you aim for somebody's face, you got in trouble. Porn shows you how to be a plumber, laying pipe. Yeah, but that shit's crazy, dude. Like, and then all this Epstein stuff comes out, and they're all. So how many of these other people are also? So if Epstein had this big of a client list, how many sub Epsteins were there? How many of wannabe Epsteins that also had dozens or of clients? So if there was one Epstein, there was 100 wannabe Epsteins. And it's absolutely crazy. What up? What up? I am Juju. Yeah, that's just crazy. All right, let's do something fun. Let's see. Watch THA. Dude, I've seen it. I've watched it. Yeah, that's one of I was about to say Schwarzenegger's. What's his name? What's his face's first movies as the director, Indiana Jones. Oh, damn it, what was his name? Well, I can just look it up. I got the internet. Oh, damn it. S. George Lucas, S. I said Indiana Jones. I guess I was wrong. Who else did it? Indiana Jones, George Lucas, and somebody else. Walter Murch, okay, Walter Stern, Lawrence Stern, that's who produced it, Lawrence Stern. Okay, yeah, that was some crazy shit. That was a good movie, though. That was a good movie. 1984 is here also. What up, KB? Spielberg. Yeah. That's who I was thinking at first. What up, Reginald? Open topic. Amjube, yeah, open topic. I thought it was Spielberg too. That's what popped in my head first, but I was mixing up Spielberg and Lucas, and then I remembered that it was Lawrence Stern. I want to say, did he? Yeah, dude, that's so crazy, and it's so crazy. Like when you look at the old Star Wars, the original Star Trek, and they had the tricorders. And they're just cell phones today that do everything. They get your medical signs. They tell you how much sugar you got in your blood. Original Star Trek tricorder. Original. Like, look at this. It looks like a freaking. It's so crazy. Big Brother is watching you. Yeah, the Fly. Great. Listen, great movies do hold up. They're made to be disposable. How much can we grab off of once? Like now that DVDs and VHS tapes are gone, dude, people used to watch movies dozens of times over the years. I watched Barefoot Gen my freshman year. That show was tough to watch as an anime. It wasn't real. People would be so much harder to watch. Spielberg made Raiders for $15 million. We're almost to the Terminator era. They just don't have the time travel part figured out yet. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, abso-frickin-lutely. Motorola Razr. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's almost exactly like it. It's almost exactly like it. Like and then like those are the walkie talkies, but the tricorder. This was the medical tricorder right there. And then let me see if I can find the other handheld ones. Yeah, right there. Bam. Dude, look up Barefoot Baton. Okay. I probably can't show it because of the copyright. Yeah, I can't show it. 1983. Semi-autobiographical manga detailing a young boy's survival through the atomic bomb. Yeah, that was a great one. That was a good one. War drama. I have multiple copies of Idiocracy. Yeah, let it out. That's good. Set phasers to stun. I had Star Trek laser gun when I was a kid. I never got one, brother. I had one of the ones that were clear and you pulled the big metal trigger back and it made sparks on the inside. You know, somebody's got to know what I'm talking about. Astro Boy. I think that's who Astro Boy comes from. Astro Boy origin story. Oh no, that was 1963. So maybe it was the other way around. Yeah. But didn't he get his energy from the atomic bomb? Star Trek reminds me of my grandpa because he introduced me to it. Good memories. Literally animated people getting blown down to their skeletons. Flint guns. Yes, there you go. Flint toy guns. No, Flint. Yeah, those were Flint locks. Flint spark. Yeah, there they are. I think that was the exact one that I had. The green one. It was definitely green. It looked like a laser gun, just like that. It's like the green one up front. Yeah. I had a color transparent plasma that made it rattle. Yeah, there's one sparking. Let me see it. Oh, it's a video too. But yeah, it lit up at night. It was so awesome. I don't even ever remember. Like, I think I remember picking that thing up like it was under my bed for like 10 years and it like still worked. And I must have used it a freaking 500,000 times. You ever see the English cartoon about the nuclear fallout? Yes. Same guy that did the art for Pink Floyd The Wall, I think. Also animated radiation poison for 15 years. Yeah, that shit's so stupid. And it's look what when the wind blows. That's what it was. When the wind blows. Yeah. Spud gun. Yeah, spud guns and t-shirt cannons. Yeah. When the wind blows. Yeah, that's it right there. I gotta pee in the toilet. Raymond Briggs. Spud gun. Briggs. Yeah, David Bowie and Roger Waters. Yep. Hold on. Bam. Pee-peed in the toilet. Bowie soundtrack. Yeah, it said Bowie and Roger Waters. I love Lawn Dodge. Lawn Dodge were great. Yeah, I remember when they were made illegal. I sit to pee at home. I do at night. If it's too dark, like if I wake up and it's dark, yeah, I sit down because I don't turn the lights on to pee. It shines in my. I also had to watch a documentary. I think Deaf Survivors of 9/11 made me think. Effing dystopian it would be to feel see it after you couldn't see what's happening while you're side. Lawn darts, they were definitely dangerous. What up, homeostatic? BBC film Threads is challenging. Yeah, you mentioned that a bunch of times. I think I remember watching that too. Threads, BBC. Yeah, I think I do remember that too. Yeah, I definitely remember it. Yeah, I definitely remember it. Scariest TV show ever made. Spud Guns. Okay, let's look them up. Spud Guns. Bud. Yeah, boy. The Spuddy. Man, you remember that, dude? That's so crazy. We used to just use our food. You remember potato cannons and t-shirt cannons? Potato cannons. Yeah, there's the Spud Guns right there. Homemade ones. It's made out of PVC. 4-inch PVC and 2-inch PVC. Boom, man. This guy made a freaking howitzer potato cannon. If somebody's dad had an air compressor, you could put a Schrader valve on it and compress the thing, and you had to turn the valve, and it would shoot like not dust, but condensation out of it. But the ones that you just used like hairspray or not hairspray, yeah, I think it was hairspray, and then you lit it, and you used a igniter from a propane grill to click, and you would click, and wait for the boom. My favorite were the Parker Brothers rockets that you put in water. Yeah, those were great too. Water rockets. Parker Brothers water rockets. Yeah, boy, those are the mini ones. Yeah. Oh, now they got ones with angles. Mine were always the hand ones, the ones that we would get like that. I think we got them from the dollar store. Now they're $51. He just made his out of freaking taped together water bottles. He's got some freaking nozzle issues. That's pretty cool. How did he fire it from a distance? Wait a second. I thought you just pumped them till they took off. Oh, he's got some sort of strain. Aquanet was the best. That's what my mom used to use. How much vitamin D do you take? I take 1,000 IUs. You can't decide. Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you, the cyanotype is short acting, and because the cyanide that gets released, you should definitely get the methylcobalamin version, 100% methylcobalamin. It will if the B12 chain if the cyano worked for you, the B12 will work a hell of a lot better. The cyanocobalamin has to be metabolized by your liver first. The methylcobalamin starts absorbing instantly. It doesn't need to go through your liver, and you'll notice a difference in like an hour. On your next refill, I'm telling you, try the methylcobalamin, not the cyanocobalamin. The cyanocobalamin is very short acting, but yeah, and vitamin D, I take 1,000 IUs. Pea shoot, cap guns. Yep, cap guns were great. The rings, the 8-shot rings, and the strips. Let me close some of this stuff down here. Let me get my own. Paper cap guns. Oh, these are okay, didn't hear me say paper, but this is the one. I see this before. I have little screw heads in them and use electricity. Yep. For the potato can, that UK space program. It's all right. You definitely want to get the other stuff. Listen, if you're noticing a difference off the cyanocobalamin, you're most definitely deficient. But the problem is, you, at least from what the research I've done, you never really cure your deficiency. So because it needs to stay in your body for like days at a time to like actually redo everything that needs to be done. You'll get like, this is why they use the cyano in energy drinks. So you drink an energy drink and you feel a burst for an hour or so, you feel a little bit better, but then you feel worse because the cyanide gets released into your body and then it recombines with the cobalamin to make cyanocobalamin again. But your liver turns methylcobalamin, or turns cobalamin, it methylates it. Your liver does that. So if you get it already methylated, yeah, that's what you want to do. What up, B2B? So my two of my exes are best friends now. How great. Yep, that happens, brother. That happens. They do it on purpose. They do it on purpose. Yeah, there's the paper guns right there. Right there. Dude, and like I remember trying to feed them through, and like it would work like 2 or 3 shots, then you'd have to like adjust it. So we would just take take a quarter or a rock and rub it down and go, "Durr." Yeah, boy. Have you ever seen how they make those? They make them by hand. Let me see if I can find it. They basically print it like I mean, I guess it depends where you see them made, but it's kind of like a silk screen. They take up almost manufacturing. No, not the guns. Paper caps. These are paper caps. No, I mean paper cap fireworks. Yeah, watch this. Watch this. See, they're stamping them. And then there's some muddy ass water. Imagine it blowing up. It doesn't. They won't pop until they're dehydrated. Can you imagine slicing through and popping the caps off, and then the hot part falling into the box and popping the rest of them off? That's so crazy. I'm trying to peel off a face mask the first time. The texture is weird. No, there ain't no OSHA here. See, the women do the nimble work. That's probably like a $1 box. That's so freaking cool. Same factory as the Christmas cookies. Cork guns. Yeah. Wow, I haven't thought about that in freaking 30 years. Cork guns. Yeah, boy, yeah. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find here it is. Here you go. Here it is. No, it's not the one I had. I had a rifle. I had a rifle. Where's that? Here it is. The penny cork gun. Right there. Bam. And yeah, dude, you would lose the corks. They only went like 10 feet. This one has a ball on the end of it, and it just shoots like 6 inches. I feel like your face is gonna crack. Yeah. Good night, Robert, brother. Looks like a matchstick girl's got phosphorus poisoning. Oh yeah, brother. No, women weren't allowed to work, brother. Remember, women weren't allowed to work. None of that ever happened. None of that ever happened. Women weren't allowed to work till 1960. It's so crazy that people believed all that crazy propaganda. It's so crazy. Jeez, Fossy jaw. Ugh. Women weren't allowed to work, dude. Don't mess up the freaking the propaganda.
advent of lighters, factory workers making matches developed a condition that made them lose their jaw. In the early 19th century, a discovery was made that would change matchstick manufacturing completely. If you add white phosphorus to the match tip, you can strike it almost anywhere. Thus we get strike anywhere matches. The demand for these was huge, and what no one at the match factory yet realized, extremely damaging to workers' health. The white phosphorus was causing workers' jaws to become necrotic, and the condition was called phossy jaw. Phossy jaw refers to phosphorus necrosis of the jaw, which became epidemic.
Right, so phosphorus replaces calcium. So calcium that makes the bone, but where there should be, when the bone replaces itself, the phosphor takes its place, so then the phosphor gets reabsorbed, and where there should be bone, it's now hollow.
For match workers
So
around
not a captive cord.
1858.
Yep.
White
Crazy
phosphorus
ass
would be
girls, man.
heated
Yep.
to make these
Yep.
strike-anywhere matches, and many of the factory workers, often women and girls, would have negative side effects. It would often start with a toothache, jaw.
Listen, I think that got fixed today. Earlier today's stream, only like 1 in 10 peoples were showing, and then tonight it all ended up working out. I'm gonna talk. Hey, you all right?
Pain and swelling, and their gums would glow greenish-white in the dark. The first course of action in the mid-1800s would be to remove the offending tooth and lance the gums, but that wouldn't fix it. From there, holes would open in or outside the mouth, exposing the jawbone. Such was the case with a girl 16 years old who worked in a match factory, as described by James Rushmore Wood, a surgeon, in 1857. After seeing the necrosis in the girl's right jaw, Wood decided to remove that half of the dead bone. He used a wire saw to divide the bone, which unfortunately broke about halfway through the procedure, and he had to use forceps to complete it. Miraculously, the girl survived and healed. But less than a month later, when the left side of her jaw was necrotic and oozing pus, the doctor decided to remove that too. The girl survived, but not everyone was so lucky. Many match workers died from phossy jaw. It took public officials some time to realize what was killing the match workers, but in 1906, white phosphorus use was outlawed. So that's a little bit more about phossy jaw, a terrible condition that affected match workers. Phossy jaw has been largely eradicated.
It's hard to look at.
Thanks to medical education and legislative action. We here at the Bone Museum strive to educate people about osteological conditions and any conditions.
And you know what's weird? How people don't connect the dots. They don't connect the dots. So wait a second. Women in 1867 were dying in factories. We talked about the radium girls. We'll watch it again. Women working during the World War. I was also crying disease. Right. Yep. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And one of them was the watch factory we're about to watch because they wanted glow in the dark dials using radium paint for the soldiers. All right. Let's see. The Radium Girls. Right, so they created the whole narrative that women weren't allowed to work, so it would cover up all the deaths of all the ladies, and then it just ended up going freaking nationwide, and everybody was like, "No, let women work." They were all like, "No, we don't want to work. We want to freaking stay at home and not die." And then companies convinced you to be like, "No, you've been never allowed to work before, so you can be the first generation of women to work again." Okay, let's do it. Yay! We won't look into it. That's that same woman.
In about 1920, what caused this watch to glow in the dark also caused girls' jaws to fall off. Early in the 20th century, beginning about 1917, a new and exciting chemical was discovered for manufacturing wristwatches.
Yeah, he's called the radioactive Boy Scout. We'll watch that next. The white arsenic and Elizabeth used to put on their face. And lead. Arsenic was the green for their dresses and their tapestries. If they wanted green on their face, they would use arsenic, but they used lead oxide powder for foundation.
It was called radium. There was a radium paint used on the watch face and hands to make it glow in the dark. This was during the war when a lot of women were entering the workforce for the first time.
Except for the
This
previous
was considered
time.
a high-paying job, and their small hands and attention to detail made it ideal for women workers. To get the level of detail necessary to paint the numbers on the watch face, the workers would stick the paintbrush tip in their mouth. To get the fine tip, thus ingesting small amounts of radium, sometimes hundreds of times per day. These radium dials were made prevalently for the US military, but also for consumers. Wait until you see how this harmless paint affected their bones. At the time, little was known about radiation poisoning, but beginning in about 1921, the radium girls started to develop serious illnesses. Their teeth began to ache and eventually fall out, leaving holes in their mouth that wouldn't heal. In fact, all of their bones began to ache so much so that even walking was a torment.
I don't know why
Radiation poisoning
knowledge.
can impede osteoclast and osteoblast production, meaning that it can simultaneously stop your body from breaking down old bone tissue and impair your body from creating new bone tissue. The radium poisoning caused significant bone marrow destruction, bone tumors, and jaw necrosis amongst the girls. In 1922, the first radium girl tragically passed away. Molly Maggia was already in extreme pain and had lost many of her teeth. While at the dentist, a gentle poke was enough to detach a portion of Molly's jawbone, which was removed without need of surgical tools. And then just a few days later, the rest of her lower jaw was removed the same way. That was in May of 1922, and in September of that year, Molly's suffering came to an end. You might have seen a previous video that we've done about matchstick.
Americium, lovely lamb lunch. It's made out from America. So americium is the radioactive substance, the radioactive button that's used for smoke detection.
Workers affected by
Some
Fossey
tribes use
jaw. This
battery
condition
contents
presents
for
largely
face
the
paint.
same way as radiation
Jeez.
poisoning. Molly is just
Yeah,
one
brother.
of what's estimated to be 112 girls that died painting radium dials in the watch
You
factory.
know it was
The
way
radium
more than
girls
that.
made huge strides in the advancement of labor rights. Over the course of several years, it was proven that the watch manufacturers knew the dangers of radium and didn't inform their workers. They further tried to smear the reputation of some of the women that came forward, saying that their ailments were caused by syphilis, not radium. Eventually, the watch manufacturers were held responsible, and some of the
They
radium
do the same thing nowadays. They say like the reason for people's cancers and people dying is from STDs and stuff when it's from other shit. It's the same frickin' playbook over and over again.
girls receive
My face
financial
is so cold to
compensation
go
for their
right now. She
ailments.
knows
The
shit,
case helped
yeah.
lead to the founding of the
you got
Occupational
it.
Safety and Health Administration, also known as OSHA, that we still know today. The radium girls represent a shocking example of health violations in the workplace. Some examples still exist in the world
Of course.
today. And if we don't learn from history, we're bound to repeat it.
Right, but people say don't read the history
enjoyed
books.
learning
Learn what
from
the
this
new everything
video?
is, the new science, the new this, the new that. Yeah, it's bullshit. They're like, don't read the history. We don't want you to know how horrible we were. All right, what am I was looking at? Okay. Elizabethan lead and arsenic face makeup. Probably the same chick. She's got to have one. Where's it at? She's got to have one. Let's watch the same girl. She's got to have one. All right, now.
How would you feel about using lead-based beauty
Great.
products? And no,
I know,
I'm not
God's great
kidding.
for your face.
Venetian Ceruse was a
Sack the
16th
wardrobe.
century
I'll let
cosmetic
you know
that
how
was
it goes
used
later.
as a
With
skin
I got
whitener.
10 more minutes.
It promised pale, flawless complexions and was in great demand, supposedly containing the very best high-quality white lead from Venice. The product was actually used from the 16th to the 18th centuries and was popular with the European aristocracy, including Queen Elizabeth I. It was thought that Elizabeth's death may have been caused by chronic lead poisoning and the combined use of other dangerous chemicals present in her cosmetics, such as mercury and arsenic.
There you
The lead
go.
content in these products could be as high as 60% by weight. It's a good reminder that yesterday's marketing is often today's cautionary tale.
60% by weight, but lead is hell of a lot. Has your even though it's percentages, but think about how much lead they were using back in the day, and imagine how heavy the face makeup would be compared to face makeups of today that use shit that's hundreds of times lighter than lead. Doesn't even feel like doesn't even feel like even if it doesn't do much, it feels amazing right now. So worth it. Definitely does something. I can feel it. I can feel it. That's what the Radium girls said about their freaking Radium lipstick. Probably gonna research the ingredients. Probably should have done that. Arsenic. When you sit on a razor. When you sit on a razor, you get an arsenic. Probably water and fireproof makeup. Lead would cause breakouts. Yep, same thing. Listen, most women's issues today are from are from their makeup. And then it's the same scam. It's the same thing. Oh, we found the newest, best ingredients. Well, lead was the newest and best ingredient too. Man, we stick it in the eyeballs. And listen, they do makeup testing on the eyeballs of rabbits. Not the skin, the eyeballs. Ugh. Hair grower. That's crazy. Arsenic. Oh, damn it. I hate freaking Facebook. Complexion wafers. There you go. Why you gotta use freaking stupid ass music?
Returns ever. Number 3, tapeworms. Victorian standards for beauty
Tapeworms, they still
were
use them.
extreme. Super pale skin, a 16-inch waist, and makeup is a big no-no. Women used to swallow tapeworm eggs, which, when hatched, would ingest whatever they might eat, resulting in massive weight loss. Because what's beauty without pain, sacrifice, and possible death? Number 2, gladiator sweat. There is nothing more.
Right. We want better for other people than we do for ourselves. That's the problem. Bro, do perfume dangerous to human body. All right. We'll look it up right after this.
Cool than funky semi-naked men try to kill each other, and their sweat is what we call true skincare. People used to purchase gladiator sweat and apply it to their faces. Ugh. What more can we expect from people who used to drink perfume? Number 1, arsenic wafers. Arsenic is a toxic compound whose ingestion has caused blindness, seizures, and even death. So, naturally, arsenic complexion wafers were sold to young adults as a means to paler.
And they did the same thing. Syphilis was the reason for all of their skin issues and their noses falling off.
Because who needs red blood cells? That's so middle class.
Figure it out in your 40s. All right, what are we looking up? Perfume. Deadly perfumes. Here we go. Hold on. Toxic fragrances.
Does this have phthalates in it?
Do you see a word fragrance/parfum?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
There is a lot that isn't true in this shocking truth. Deodorants and all cosmetic products are regulated for safety. There are regulatory toxicologists checking if there are safe levels of...
That's so bullshit. I fucking hate propagandists. I absolutely hate it.
The most toxic perfume here.
So what I would say, for me, I don't have any toxic perfumes, but I can judge by perception of other people. Mega Mare, I know that a lot of guys, you like it. I personally
they're
feel
talking
that
about
I'm going
most
down
sexually
in the
toxic.
sea, in the deep
Like
sea, and
I
algae
accidentally
around
slept
my...
with the wrong guy. So stupid.
Os perfumes mais perigosos do Boticário.
Hey, Matthew.
Hi, Jen.
What are your most dangerous?
Dangerous fragrances. Poisonous. Ooh. This is gonna be a brand too. No.
Perfumes may seem harmless, but chemicals in them have been linked to increased
Arsenic.
insulin resistance, cardiovascular disease, and other health problems. I'm Dr. Tricia Pastricha, and I'm an instructor of medicine at Harvard Medical School and a columnist for the Washington Post. And here's why these chemicals are alarming scientists. They're called phthalates, and they're in
Phthalates.
scented candles, perfumes, shampoos, dozens of personal care products that are literally everywhere in our environment. Phthalates are an endocrine disrupting chemical, meaning that they can interfere with our body's hormones.
Don't worry,
the data
we'll
is so
sell you
convincing that
some.
certain phthalates are
We'll sell
already
you
banned in
some.
the US in
Oh.
certain baby products like pacifiers. So if you want to reduce your exposure, just looking for products that don't have the word phthalate listed in the ingredient actually isn't enough. If the ingredient list has the word fragrance buried somewhere in that paragraph, that could be a mask for a phthalate that they're not
Right,
explicitly
a mask. So they're absolutely.
disclosing. So the safest thing to do is to actually pick products
Links
that are
below,
fragrance-free.
right,
A study
right.
published last year
Right,
found that
right,
after just 1 month of switching to products that were phthalate-free and free of other chemicals,
Poisonous in history. Britney Spears, Curious, Coco Chanel, Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio contained undisclosed amount of hormone disruptors and allergens. People are paying, and listen, I'm going to tell you an interesting thing. You know what hormone disruptors can do? Think about it. You start using them at a young age and you start not knowing who you are. I don't know. Everything's confusing because your body is, the hormones that your body creates are being disrupted. So they have all, and it's in everything. It's in, okay, so nitrobenzene was a huge one before, but phthalates are still being used. Synthetic musk is still being used. Nitro musk and other VOCs. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. 2004, they've known about it. 2010, they knew about it. Halle by Halle Berry, Quicksilver, Jennifer Lopez Jail Glow, all found that this contains several endocrine disruptors. It's freaking apps. But no, you're freaking transphobic. No, you're just an asshole. Okay, let's see. It's natural. Just go to the doctor. No, why do I go to the doctor? Why do I gotta go to the doctor? Why should I just go to the grocery store? Oh, I used to use Lynx by Axe. I remember that. Lynx there, Axe here. It's generally considered as rafe, though. Axe by spray. Toxic chemical stew. It's classified as a toxic chemical stew. Hormone disruptors. And think about all the kids that you stink. Everybody's gonna hate you. Oh, let me put on all this more. Well, you have no idea. You have no idea. Your skin is the most sensitive organ on your body, and it absorbs everything from your environment. And it's in our soaps to wash off the perfumes we buy. Perfumes in our soaps to wash off the perfumes we put on. Yeah. Your network is weak. Your network is weak. All right, we got about another 15 minutes here, and then my ass needs to go to bed. It's Frank. Okay, let's say. I missed something. I know somebody posted something. Oh, shito for men. Oh, hey, Image Church. Shito. I know you said you're from Ghana. This is one of our favorite sauces. You said Ghana, right? I'm hoping he sees it. Let's see. Oh, Uganda. Damn it. It's time for bed. Good night, Richard. All right. Yeah, I'm getting out of here in a couple of minutes. Oh, Uganda. Dang it. That's what I wanted to look at. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. That's so awesome. Shito, what a freaking great name. Okay, let's see. Endocrine disruptors in plastic bottles. PVC. Drinking out of plastic bottles mimics hormones and and damages reproductive, metabolic, and thyroid health. These chemicals leach faster when heated or reused, and they tell you reuse your water bottle, reuse your water bottle, reuse your water bottle. How do I post a video I recorded to Facebook? The homies are just fighting like an MF, or I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, brother. I have no idea how to post. I'm guessing it's just click the post button and then probably either the little paper clip to attach, or there should be an upload button. I don't know nothing about Facebook. Mute it though. Yeah, of course. The ass was just beating the dog. Dude, you guys have weird hobbies. All right, let's see. Brother, I'm if you want to come on tomorrow, no problem. I'm going to show this. I'm going to bed, brother. It's 12:30. I'm past my bedtime. My ass is tired. My face feels great. We'll do again. So far, the ingredients look good. And what you should look into, Katra, is how to make it yourself. Like you can probably get like lavender oil. Oh, there he is. Shito. Freaking lamb. More of the shito shit. Yeah, so like I used to date a hippie chick, and she used to make all that stuff. She would get essential oils that were just alcohol and the oil, or water and the extract, and she made all kinds of stuff. She made like lavender face mask, and lavender naturally helps you fall asleep faster. So she would put it on and like made sure she put it to breathe in a lot, and she would just go whip, whip, to me. Or we would make out, that was great. And then she would use something with a mint in it. I can't remember if it was spearmint, wintergreen, or whatever. But that was another one of those tingly face things. Yeah, you see, man, my skin is pretty sensitive, so I gotta watch out what I make. You gotta watch out what you buy. No, you're thinking completely opposite. Listen. No, the other way around. These companies don't care about you at all. Whatever they can get for the cheapest that's got the crazy. And, yeah, how do I bump? What are you bumping? I got to figure out how to post videos. Them boys had a good squabble. Why don't you post it to YouTube? Why don't you post it to YouTube? You're on YouTube now. Just hit the plus at the bottom of the screen. And then you can upload it. And then yeah. All right. Letting you know. Just letting you know. But listen, I'm telling you, if you can start making your own shit, you can come up with a product and be like, I could sell this. And you know what you can do? You can sell it. And then you can make something for $3, sell it for $10. You know, and what how much does that face cream cost you? Freaking $25? You know? Yeah, and I'm telling you. Oh, you were recording it from Facebook Live. I got you. All right, I'm gonna get my ass to bed. Try to figure that out in the morning. Let's look that up real quick. Okay. I got 7 minutes. All right. Whale blubber for cosmetics. It said spell blubber for cosmetics, and it tried to spell it out. Okay, hold on. Yeah, dude, crazy shit.
A man found a lump of whale vomit by
Okay, so this is ambergris. This is different than whale blubber, right? But this was used now. It was like $10 a mass. Email me, Martin J. Saul.
accident on the beach and was offered over $1 million for it. Yes, whale vomits are extremely valuable because they're precious ingredients for some high-end perfumes. Also known as ambergris, whale vomit is a solid waxy substance produced in the digestive system of sperm whales. It is formed when the stomach or throat irritant, like a squid's beak, get covered in this greasy substance, kind of like a pearl. Apparently, only 1% of sperm whales produce ambergris, which takes years to form and years to float in the ocean before finally making landfall. So when I say they are rare, they are very
I bet you that's all bullshit to artificially create rarity.
rare. The whale puke smells kind of funky when freshly produced, but as it ages, it will acquire this unique, sweet, earthy scent. Hence, it is highly valued by perfume makers as a fixative that allows the scent of perfume to last much longer. This is a really crazy story.
Welly.
A man found a lump of
Oh, that's freaking stupid. Here you go.
And that's just the outer layer of skin. It peels off pretty easily. You can eat that as well. It's got kind of a chewy, sort of rubbery texture, but not really rubber. It's hard to explain. But we put it into little cubes and just dip a little
Dip
bit.
in a little bit of salt.
So good.
I'm sure it is. Fat and salt.
The way we eat it is with HP sauce. Some Inuit in other areas like to dip it in soy sauce.
Yeah, that's super crazy. All right, everybody. I love y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, all. Bye-bye.